What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be. As always, welcome to NWP, baby! An exclusive. I just watched NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance new show. Every Tuesday, Power! Studio wrestling is back. I am tired because I should be in bed right now, but I just watched the show. It's fresh in my mind. I got the notes. Let's do this, brother. History. Mark it on your calendar. October 8th, 2019, NWA Power. Every Tuesday from here on out. As far as we know, announced by Billy Corgan. Okay, let's just jump into it from Atlanta, Georgia. This show is an hour and 1 minute long with its own commercials. It made me happy, okay? It starts off with a little countdown, about 3 minutes. You can kind of skip through that. But the Power logo gets bigger. Epic music to build the anticipation. An awesome intro. And let me get this real quick. It's the song is Into the Fire by Dokken. The reason I had to look at that is just because, like I said, I'm delusional. I'm tired, but the show was fresh in my mind. I got my notes to look at, so I'd be like, oh yeah, that's why I wrote that. But we got the commentary team of Jim Cornette and Joe Galley. And like I said, the way the stage looks, the way the commentary is, the way where the ring is at, and the crowd, the studio audience, and Nick Aldis gets interviewed by David Marquez. I'm a friend with him on Facebook, and it was really cool seeing him. And his commentary skills are so old school. He knows the business so well. I could tell always, too, by his post. This man knows the business, and his interviews alone and the way he carries himself, the way he portrays himself with his mic. Awesome. Okay? 365 days, Nick Aldis has been champ. Like I said, the old school setup, the 10 pounds of gold. We have our first match, the Dawsons versus Sal Rinauro and Billy Buck. The Dawsons go over, and there's an interview after. That's what made me so happy. It was like, boom, they win the match, bada bing, bada boom, and they get out, and then they go over, and then all of a sudden they're like, this is why we're the next tag team, and you need to watch out for us in NWA, National Wrestling Alliance. The way they have it all set up, the way they're doing everything is the bread and butter of why I love this business. I am such an old school mark for this that the whole show I was smiling because this is my bread and butter of professional wrestling. This is my bread and butter. Think about that. And I remember like going back and watching these shows, falling in love with the Dusty Rhodes and the Ric Flair, and them being on that stage and being like, let me tell you something. You know, they're pointing to you, and then they got the studio crowd behind them, and they're like, I'm gonna kick this man's ass because of this, and blah. You know what I mean? Like, this show brought back why I love professional wrestling in the first place. Yes, we got the big high spots and this and that, the big production and whatnot, but when you break it down to this, gold. Mamma mia. And what's it called? This made me really happy too. So I'm going to throw this out. I'll have it in the description below. But like I said, I'm so goddamn tired. UniversalWrestlingCollege.com, brought to you by Austin Idol. And you want to make some money, brother? You want to take it to the next level? Well, you need to go to UniversalWrestlingCollege.com and fill out the application, change your life, and get into business. That commercial was so badass. I was just like geeking out the whole time. I was like, hey! All right. And Joe Galley interviews Eli Drake. Then it goes into Eli Drake versus Caleb Conley. That guy, whoo, woo, 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 woo. Eli Drake goes over. But that match was fantastic. It was quick. And the crazy thing about the show, it's like, and I'll get to it here in a bit, but then they show a package with Tim Storm and Nick Aldis, building up to the main event. Pretty solid. And then they show a commercial for Returns to Atlanta, December 14th, 15th, and the 16th, and tickets go on sale October 18th. That's why I flipped it. I was like, wait, my notes. Chicken scratch. Jay Sifis or Jay Joe. I don't know. But calling out Storm. I want Storm. And it was fun. Jim Cornette and with Joe and everything like that. And he's like, I want Storm. And out comes James Storm. He's like, I'm the only Storm that you should be worried about. So they get in the fight. So I'm guessing a build up to a feud, build up to next week. We shall see. Then a commercial break. Deal of the week, of course, promoting the website and promoting the deals and this and that. Then we get into the Wild Cards, who are the NWA Tag Team Champions, versus Danny White and Mims. I hope I got that right. In a non-title match, and it tells you non-title match, so that made me happy. I was like, okay. The Wild Cards go over, and at this point, when the Wild Cards go for an interview with David, it's only 30 minutes in, and look how much notes I have. Look at that. That's crazy. Further into the second page of notes. Go in the commercial, and, back to James Storms and Joe, or Jay. That's why I kept on getting confused, because they kept on saying Jay or Joe, or unless that was just in my mind. I'm just going crazy because I was seeing the fight, and they were just going at it and this and that. Blah, 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 blah. Then package to Tim Storm versus Nick Aldis, and building it up to Tim. He's only a school teacher and this and that and In December 9th, 2017. Nick Aldis won the title. They're giving us a little bit of backstory to this, because this is the first TV run, in a long time. So that, it's important to give the audience a backstory. It is very important, but in a simple manner to where you're being like, oh, this is a big deal. That's what it is. Then it goes back to Joe, with an interview with Tim Storm before the main event, baby! He was 51 when he won the title. He could make history tonight, being 53, winning back the title. That's crazy. That's the magic of professional wrestling in itself. Think about that. 53 years old, in the main event, going against somebody who is top tier and main eventing all in itself. And he talks about his mama. And then we get a mama chant. Mama, mama, mama. I'm talking about Tim Storm. Awesome. And they talk about, then they go, next week we have Allison Kay will be in action. Then Bada bang, bada boom. The main event, Nick Aldis, who's the champ, versus Tim Storm. Whew. Whew. It is hot. It is hot. Why? That match was amazing. Oh my goodness. Old school, a little bit of new school, but you still got the old school feeling, and it's just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nick Aldis wins. And in that package, he told him before in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, he's like, this is your last chance. This is your last chance. And if I beat you, you ain't going for the title again. So the story, it means something. The story. He loses. But Nick Aldis does an interview with Joe and shows respect. Everybody in that crowd was like, one of my favorite things is Joe was trying to ask Camellia, and all of a sudden, like, Nick kept on cutting him off. And one of my favorite lines is, back up. I'm going to save your clickbait. And goes off. Then boom, credits. Into the Fire, old school. I love it. Just everything about it. I'm chomping at the fucking bit. Whew. It was a show. This is, like I said, this is the bread and butter. This is everything I live for in professional wrestling. I am a happy camper. And they go in the credits. Executive producers, William Patrick Corgan, David Lagana, directed by Billy Trask. And I have more credits here. The refs, Brian Hebner, Robert King, Mike Posey. Like, there's so much more commentary. Joe Galley, Jim Cornette, David Marquez, producers, Matt Conway, Bert Behrens, Anthony Mayweather, Joseph Hudson, Kyle Davis, graphics, Karen. You know, like I said, there's so much that I took notes of, and I was like, oh my God, okay, there's this person. And I'm just showing love and respect. Everybody that worked on this production, thank you. Thank you for this. I will be tuning in every Tuesday because you made my entire week this week, and it's only Tuesday. Only Tuesday. I love it. Now I need to go to bed, to go to work at 4 a.m. Thank you. I will have the link to the NWA YouTube. You can check it out so you can subscribe and you can watch Power every Tuesday. Every single Tuesday. Watch this episode. It will blow your mind. I am more than happy. It's only an hour. Just check it out. It's gonna, like I said, it goes. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja. This is NWP New World Podcast, baby! Like and subscribe. Thank y'all. God, I'm tired. This show was amazing. It took it all out of me. Thank you. And as always, show NWA some love. 10 pounds of gold. Whoop, whoop.